because I have to have my phone plugged in while I do this live stream. But YouTube, the platform that just keeps giving, screws up all my lives when I go in horizontal. They don't let me look at the chat. So here we are, slightly crooked and vertical. So forgive me for that. Let's get some better lighting in here. And then I'll actually be able... We're back, baby. Yeah, we're back. Sorry about that. And then I'll actually be able to read your comments, so it's not like I'm just talking to nobody. Okay. Hi, people are coming in. Made it back. Back again. Hi. 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 Hey, Luna. What's up? What's up, guys? We're back. We are back. We're back, and I can actually read the chat. Slightly crooked, but we're back. Hey, Lizzie. All right, so let's talk about everything. So right now, I feel like we're in the middle of a bunch of timeline hops, and I'm going to do a whole live about that. What's gonna be for breakfast? I don't know, maybe eggs and toast. Here's something about me. I fucking hate eating. I hate eating. I wish I liked it, but I don't. I'm one of those people that genuinely just eats to survive. If I could wake up every day and never eat a piece of food, it would be the best day of my life. If I never had to worry about ingesting food, I would be the happiest girl on the planet. Whereas my sister's the complete opposite. Like, she lives to eat. Like, she loves food. She loves to cook, this and that. I feel like it's pointless and a waste of time and annoying. And I'm trying to change my perspective on that by making it a bit more fun. Like I was saying, I'm getting like really into ice stocking, and like I'm gonna get all these cute little containers from IKEA so that I can meal prep. I also don't really have a hunger reflex. So like, I don't feel hungry. All of a sudden, I'll feel like I'm dying. So it's like, I'm not hungry, not hungry, not hungry. Oh my God, I'm gonna pass out. I'm so angry. And I'm having all these feelings, and I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't eaten anything. I guess I'm hungry. So it's like annoying and confusing because I don't get a hunger reflex. So then last minute, I'm like trying to eat something so I don't die. And then I'm annoyed because I have to cook it. And then I'm annoyed because I have to ingest it. And then after I ingest it, I'm always like, I don't feel so good. Like, I just fucking, I hate eating. I hate eating. So there's that. And it's only gotten worse. Like, it's only gotten worse over the years. I've always been like this, but it's only gotten worse and worse. So I'm working on it. I eat too much, haha. Can't relate. I mean, I eat too much when all of a sudden I'm ravenous and I'm like, gonna die, gonna die, gonna die. And then I'm just shoveling food in my mouth. Yes, same. I wish I could photosynthesize. Same, dude. Like, same. When I go on those vacations, work things, I literally buy like a bunch of cans of tuna, and I love the cheddar ruffles, like the baked ones, and I'll buy a bunch of bags of those, a ton of cans of tuna and mayonnaise, and literally every day I will just, and then I'll get fruit, and I'll just have smoothies and fucking canned tuna and chips, and it's a girl dinner. All day, every day. Girl dinner all day, every day. And I'm cool with it because I'm just out on the beach in the sun all day, and I genuinely don't even fucking need to eat because I'm, like, barely doing anything. Me too. I'm either comfy or starving and about to pass out. Yeah. I love cooking, but I also love fasting. Balance is everything. Yeah, and you know, I realized too, I don't not like cooking. I don't fucking like cooking in my kitchen. My kitchen is too small. Like, I love this house, but this is like what we're going to talk about with the 1111 portal manifestation. Like, I love this house, but bitch, I need to level up. I need the next stage. New Nikki needs to come the fuck up in here because I can't take it anymore. I like this version of me. I like my life, but bitch is ready for the next level. So that's what we're going to be talking about, and that's what we're going to be doing because holy shit, like, I'm outgrowing this space so much. I love it here. I don't want to leave, but me and Corin are needing a little something more. My business is taking over every fucking corner of my house. I want to start cooking. I want to start meal prepping. I want to do these things, but my kitchen's fucking small. I have little to no storage space, mind you. Like, there wasn't even a closet here. We had to go get a closet from one of the colleges when you buy those, like, fucking stand-up closets. And then my landlords had to put in cabinets. Like, there's nothing here. I don't have enough. I don't have fucking storage. Everything has a little spot everywhere. I love this house. Ideally, I'd like to keep it and get to a financial position where I can, like, or not need to keep it. Like, either get a house and be able to fucking work out of my house, or get something bigger, keep this for work and pay for it every month, you know? So that's the leap I'm trying to make. I'm trying to make the leap to, like, making more fucking money. And don't judge me, but on my ASMR, I've been thinking about it. Comment an emoji. Comment your favorite emoji if you think I should do this. On my ASMR channel, I've attracted, so over here, we're like, it's all women. It's like, and it's not all women. We have some nice men here, but we have a lot of women. It's like 93% women or something. Well, on my ASMR, I have inadvertently attracted a fetish community just by chewing gum. And I didn't realize it, but one of them was talking to me through email and, like, explained it to me because I was, like, super mean and, like, standoffish and harsh. And I was like, how? Because, like, he asked me for this video and I was like, excuse me, sir, I'm just chewing gum. Like, you don't have to fetishize it. And then he was just, like, really kind and was like, well, this is why it's being fetishized. So, over there, it's a lot of men. And over here, it's a lot of women. And it's really awakened this part of me that just doesn't like men. Not to sound rude, but, like, all right, let's be real for a second. I don't like people. I don't like humans. I really don't. They've spent their whole life destroying mine, and I feel like I can't relate, and, like, I don't have a place in this world, in the world as it is, because, you know, the world as it is doesn't even recognize what I break my back every fucking day doing as real. Like, society as we know it as a whole doesn't even consider this real. So then I just end up hating everything and everyone in the world. And I like people and I like to help people, but I was explaining it to my family. I was like, I'm a performer, and so I love to perform and make people happy with my performance, no matter what kind of art it is, or explanation, or teaching, or whatever it is. But I don't like to know people. I don't like to attach myself to people. I like to go out to, like, the bar or something. I don't do this anymore, but it was my favorite thing to go out to the bar, meet people, and fucking, like, just have the best, like, fuck with them, have fun. Like, I used to go to the bar and fuck with the men, and, like, there's videos of me, like, making men do push-ups with me on their back. Like, that's my favorite, like, fucking with the Sims like that. Also, side note, I think someday in the future I'm gonna be a dominatrix. I don't really know how that timeline is gonna unfold, but it will. Not the kind that does, like, literally just the kind that, like, hits you. Like, I will punch you if you want. Just kidding. I'm not gonna do anything sexual, but I will hit you and lock you in a cage and do all this stuff if you want. Nothing sexual, nothing naked. But yeah, it's fun for me. And so, like, that's what I like. I like to go to the bar, meet you, fuck with you for 3 hours, make you do push-ups with me on your back, and then never talk to you again. And then you'll think about me till the day that you die, because you'll be like, who was that random lady that came in the bar that one time and made me do push-ups and never came back? I wonder. Like, that's what I like. I like to be alone and attached to no one and talking to no one. And, I mean, it gets lonely. There's days when I'm like, help, I'm so alone. But most of the time, that's how I want to be. And I want to connect with many and attach or proceed with few. And so where the fuck was I going with this? Where the fuck was I going with that? I totally lost. Oh, okay. So there's a lot of men. So I have my guard up to people in general because of all the abuse I've been through my life. Hi, baby Pico. What's going on in here? Somebody's saying rude stuff. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, it looks like somebody's getting a little crazy in the comments, but it looks like Lizzie's on it. I'm not even paying attention, I'm just talking. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so there's a lot of men over there, and I'm immediately like, I'm like that with all people, but over here it's like easier because it's like an enlightened community of women, so it's like easier. But over here, or over there, it's like all men, and so I'm just like, and so yeah, I freaked out on him. I was very rude, and then he like explained things to me, and then I realized too, like, it doesn't matter what I do, it doesn't matter what I wear. I'm always going to be sexualized because there's all different kinds of fetishes and different kinds of likes and interests and stuff that people have. So it's like, and I remember realizing this when I was in a garden in South Carolina. There was like this middle-aged woman who was like old enough to be my mother, who just seemed like unassuming. And she was like complimenting my tattoos. And then she was like looking at the one on the back of my neck, and she was like, "Can I touch it?" And I didn't think anything of it. I was like, "Sure." And then she touched it and she moaned. And I was like, and I was in like, I was in a like sundress. I was dressed very modestly. I wasn't doing anything to elicit that kind of behavior or response from her. And I also wasn't expecting it from her. So in that moment, I just realized, like, it doesn't matter what you're wearing, what you're doing, like, how you're presenting yourself. If someone's going to sexualize you, they're going to sexualize you. Yes, she did. She did. So Praga said, no, she didn't. Oh, my God. What? No, she did. So, yeah. So I'm over there now, and I've attracted this fetish community, and I'm trying to... Somebody sent a horrified emoji. Man, sometimes I forget how strange people can be. For real, I'm just like in a garden, like having a nice time in my cute sundress, like totally unassuming, like, sure, look at my tattoos. Go ahead, touch that one. And she's like, oh. And I'm like, oh. Then I had to go to the bathroom, and I was like, ooh. I felt all creepy. I was like washing my hands, like, get the dirty off of me. You know how it goes. But anyway, an old lady last night, she was drunk, was complimenting my aunt and hugging her, and went to hug me and tried to kiss me. Boundaries. Yep, that used to happen to me at the bar too. Like, the women, sometimes the women are like, you feel more comfortable because you're like not assuming that they're gonna treat you like that. Like, I went to the bar one time, and this woman, I'm like trying to take pictures with my friend, and she's like in every picture, like trying to like kiss and like lick my face, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, so nowadays people are just not right in the head. I think people have always been not right in the head, but because the world's so crazy, people feel like they have an excuse to be more not right in the head, and then act it out. So yeah, but anyway, I'm thinking about, shelling my little tootsies, selling my feet, selling my soles. Just kidding, the soles of my feet. But yeah, I was thinking about putting a post on the community with like a picture of my feet, being like, yep, you can email me if you want, so don't judge me. So leave comment your favorite emoji if you think I should start selling my fucking feet on my ASMR channel that is supposed to just be ASMR, but people are, people are lonely. Not judging the people watching my ASMR channel. I'm not judging you. I'm fucking lonely too, but whatever. Okay, yeah, so I guess that's all the updates. Girl, do it. I've wanted to for the longest time. You're kinda inspired me. Yeah, I've wanted to, bitch, I like, before there was a foot fetish, my entire life, when people saw my feet, they'd be like, whoa, you have really pretty feet. Or, you remember, like, back, I think when I was, like, a teenager, so if you're, like, my age, when I was a teenager, people hated feet. Like, there was, like, Like, people did not like feet. They did not want to see your feet. They did not like them. They hate them. And, like, people who hated feet would like my feet. Like, I would get that all the time. Like, I would get people being like, huh, I usually hate feet, but yours don't bother me, you know, kind of thing. So, you know, I didn't ask for this. It's called me, right? I've always had the beautiful feet before there was an extreme want for feet. No! I can't say your name because I don't know how to pronounce it. And not for free. Go email me if you want to hear me say your name. Email me at namastenikki555 and pay me the Benjamins and I'll make you a video, okay? But nothing weird. It's simply me saying your name. But you have to pay for it. Lizzie ain't messing around with these guys today. Yeah, I don't know. What are they saying? That's the only one I caught. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully it's not too bad. I'd do it, but blur the pic or cover it a bit so they gotta pay for some full feet. Ooh, that's good. That's a good one. I am not, LOL. Please be respectful. Yeah, as long as they're being respectful, that's fine. But if you're weird, you gotta pay for that. Just kidding. The other guy was being weirder. Okay, see, this is what I'm saying. I was just blowing bubbles with my gum and chewing gum, and then the next thing I knew, I had all these emails and comments like, blow up a balloon. And I was like, okay. Hello. And so I did. And, you know, I still got the girlies in the comment. Taylor, shout out to you if you're watching this live stream. She's super cool. She's been supporting my ASMR since day one. Oh, it's your first live? Yay, I'm glad you made it. But yeah, there's been people like waiting for me to do ASMR since I like teased it in my cousin's basement. Like we were just like down there making music, like drinking like, I think we were drinking, what is that called? Mimosas. And I was like, should I do ASMR? And then apparently there's been certain people like waiting for me to do ASMR since then, and so I'm finally getting it off the ground. So thank you to the people who are like just listening to it because you like ASMR. And I guess thanks to, you know, I guess thanks to the fetishists too. Whatever makes you happy. If you want to watch me blow some bubbles with my gum and blow up a balloon, more power to you. But yeah, they want me to blow up inflatables now, but, you know, they're gonna have to be sending me some money because I can't just be out buying all this stuff for the channel without, you know, some compensation when the channel's not actually making me any money yet. So, and then somebody put timestamps in my latest video of like every time my bubbles popped, and at first I was like, ugh, and then I was like, no. I'm gonna use this to my advantage, and then I'm gonna create a short out of all the timestamps that they put, so it'll all work out in the end. Yep. Honestly, I watched Showgirls, and I felt like the main character was overacting, but I also simultaneously understood her because people be wilding. I've never seen that. Is it good? LMFAO, every time I'm in your live, I feel like we're homegirls just catching up. It's been a minute. Yeah, I know. I feel like that too. I've been spiraling in a pool of existential dread, and if I'm being real honest, and it has nothing to do with, like, everyone in my life is fine. I mean, there's some people that I wish they would act different, but at the end of the day, I can't make them act different, and I love them and care about them, and some of them are family, and some of them are friends, and it's like, if I want them in my life, then I just have to set the proper boundaries of what works for me and what doesn't, and I can't make them do or be anything that they're not. So, I've been spiraling in a pool of existential dread around that, because I'm just learning how to let go. I'm learning how to surrender, and I'm learning that, you know, everybody might not you know, I just have to learn what I accept, what I don't, and then what I give. Because if certain people are only willing to give so much, then there's going to be things that I need to pull back and stop giving as well. I just have been realizing there's a lot of 80-20 relationships in my life where I'm giving 80% and they're giving 20%, and it's just not working for me right now, you know? Hello, Brayden. It's just not working. So I'm trying to figure that out without demonizing the other person, because I have such a tendency to be like I said earlier, to be like, it is me versus you. And I'm trying to realize it's not me versus you. It's you and me versus the problem. And so instead of being like, oh, I hate you, and like freaking out on these people, I have to change. My behavior has to change. If you're going to give me 20%, guess what? You get 20% too. If that, you know? So it's about me changing, not me being mad at the other person. And I've been spiraling in a pool of existential dread because of that. Yeah. So, but I'm okay. I'm coming out of it. I'm working really hard in therapy. I'm doing a lot of subconscious work with hypnosis with my therapist, and it's helping me a lot. And so I'm proud of myself. And this time of year, I love you too. Thank you, Sophia. This time of year, every year, I always have this. Like, it's like this every Scorpio season. Every Scorpio season is difficult. Every eclipse season is meant to do this, right? So I'm trying to remember that it's like, this is for my own good. And I'm also trying to take back my ability to be the creator of my own reality and truly take charge of that and like walk the walk and talk the talk. Wait, what? Somebody got some tips on calling a dealer? I am so addicted and in tears. Listen, I'm sorry. I don't know where you live. Where I live, I'm lucky because it's been legalized now, but the advice I will give you is you're using that as a crutch. Anytime we have any kind of addiction, whether it's weed or porn or work, or you're addicted to distraction like TikTok, whatever, it's because there's something inside you that you don't want to deal with. So my best advice is to go within and find that thing that you've been avoiding, that you've been crutching on something else for. DBT. DBT is amazing if you have a good teacher. DBT helped to change my life when I had a good teacher. If you don't have a good teacher, it's useless. If you have a teacher that's actually certified and good at what they do, because I used to have I still have it, and I think our society has exacerbated this, the black and white thinking. I think my ability to discern between what the government is pushing in society and what's real, my discernment genuinely comes from having gone through the therapy of recognizing that this mindset is not healthy. And so many of us were raised in traumatic ways or have had severely traumatic experiences that get us into that black and white thinking. And instead of unlearning it and learning a happier, easier, better way to be, society today pushes that unhealthy black and white thinking. Like, you versus me, good versus evil. You're bad, and I can't talk to you ever again because we have a different view on this one thing, and everything else about us is coinciding, but we disagree on that, so fuck you, I hate you forever, go die. Like, it's just so unhealthy, it's so codependent, it's so borderline personality disorder, and DBT was like so helpful to get me into like the gray area, and I highly recommend it, but only if you have a good teacher. Haven't smoked in almost a week, and one who even mildly knows me knows that's a big deal. Yeah, it is. Good for you. I'm proud of you. Proud of you. Don't understand people like that. You know, a lot of them are just traumatized, confused, and fed lies. Like, so much of our generation is just being fed lie after lie after lie about what is righteous and what is true. And I can totally empathize with people who are like, Bible thumpers and think that we're in the end times, because the Bible literally says that, like, good will be evil, and like, a lot of what we're experiencing right now is what the Bible says we'll experience. But I will be the first person to tell you, this might piss some people off, but Jesus ain't coming back. Not in the flesh. He's coming back through Christ consciousness and through more people trying to be more accepting and more like Jesus. We're not supposed to be perfect. We're not supposed to be Jesus. You're supposed to be you. Like, that's my problem with church, is like, church tries to destroy your personality and it tries to destroy your individualism, and it's just not fair. Like, you're just supposed to be like Jesus in the sense that if you can be caring and kind, do it. If you have the capacity to be generous, do it. If you have the capacity to hold space for others, fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like, if you have the capacity to teach, do it, you know? And that's how Christ is coming back. He's not gonna fucking descend from the heavens in the rapture. It's every man for themselves, and and us pulling that Christ consciousness energy into fruition, so that he's not going to come back and fix everybody. We have to embody his principles, not the principles. And we just got a solar flare. I have an app that sends me notifications when we get solar flares. We have to embody his ways to an extent without falling into the, like, I don't want to use buzzwords, but essentially the colonization and patriarchy that's been pushed by the Bible. But those are like buzzwords. A lot of people don't like those words, so it's more of like intolerance. Let's use that word. The intolerance and like super weird judgy energy of the Bible that was like, all I'll say is I'm never going to let a human tell me how the fuck to have a relationship with God, because at the end of the day, they're fucking human. So like, a guy wrote that Bible. Like, you used to be able to find all the information on how Constantine completely he like brought all these like noble people into his castle and was like, we are rewriting the Bible now, and then just fucking picked and choose what was in there and what wasn't. And the only people who have like the real Bible are in the Vatican, and those are some of the most evil, corrupt motherfuckers on the planet. So it's like, we don't have the full story. We have the story through the eyes of humans that was then also diluted by other humans. So you're not gonna fucking tell me, like, how to have a relationship with God, and I'm not allowed to talk to God, and because I can hear spirits or this or that, like, I'm an instrument of the devil, blah, 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 fuck you, shove it up your ass. That's who I am. That's how I was born. I'm not allowed to be born this way. Like, there's just some shit I'm hard-pressed to believe that when Jesus was down here, he was saying, like, the whole, women will only wear skirts and not pants, and men will not wear skirts and only pants. Like, you think he had time for that? You think he had time to sit here and be like, excuse me, bitch, you're wearing pants. That's not allowed. I'm the pants police. Jesus is not the pants police. These are things that were just put in there because, like, some guys were like, yeah, that'd be good. You're not going to tell me that this creature, and I also just think that Jesus was just an interdimensional. I think he was a fucking alien. Or he was, like, how else would you explain the Immaculate Conception? How else would you explain him, like, turning water into wine? Like, I straight up just think he was like a fucking alien, or he was a human with a lot of alien DNA. He could have been a hybrid. So you're not gonna tell me that this man who's literally turning wine into water was like, whoop whoop, pants police. I'm sorry, miss. Get a skirt on. There's just shit in the Bible that's like, no. And that's what I do with all spirituality, and that's what I would recommend all people to do with spirituality, is to take what works for you, take what resonates, and leave the rest. You don't have to subscribe, like, you don't have to do everything. This is going back to what I was just saying, the black and white thinking. It doesn't have to be this way or that way. You either follow the Bible or you're going to hell. That's just not true. Like, I was on a hike with my parents, and my dad said it so well. My dad's a man of few words. He's goofy and funny, but he says very little. And we were talking about, like, those really mean Jesus people that, like, that just are mean, you know? I'm Christian. I love Jesus. I love Jesus too. Jesus is my friend, and we're stepping into a Jesus portal. All from November to December for me, I feel Jesus very strong. And during Lent, I feel Jesus very strong. So I call it like a Jesus portal, but he calls himself Yeshua to me. But yeah, so it's like, what was I saying? Oh, my dad said it really well, because we were talking about those really mean Jesus people that are not very Jesus-y, that like bully you or call you names, or like that like beat their kids and they're like, in the name of Jesus. And it's like, no, that's not Christ-like at all. But my dad, he said, we're Christian. And my mom was like, what? Because like, we don't necessarily identify as Christian. And my dad was like, we're Christian because we're nice people. We're Christian because if we saw you needed help, we would help you as long as it didn't hurt us. We're Christian because we're kind off the bat to someone as long as they're kind to us. We're Christian because we love our family and we, we respect each other. And he just listed off all these things about just being a decent human being and being like, that's what it means to be a Christian. And that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel about it. And I don't feel like you have to be perfect or you have to be just like Jesus to embody Christian energy or to want to pull some sort of Christ consciousness back onto the planet for the betterment of humanity. And I think we're all very different, just like one size doesn't fit all in clothing or in food. Like, I'm allergic to gluten. Someone else might be able to eat gluten and be like, this is great. And I'm like, ugh, So it's like one size is never going to fit all. So we need to look at spirituality in that way too and respect people who just want to do it a little differently as long as they're like not hurting anybody, I grew up Roman Catholic and distanced myself from the church early on because of the odd ones, but recently I've been called back to prayer with Jesus and it's been interesting for me. That's awesome. I just woke up and I had a dream. I was going to church camp and I'm not religious. That's really weird. That's funny that you found this live too. Jesus calls himself the same to me. I heard him tell me, this isn't my Israel, all sad the other day. I don't know if that's controversial, but in my heart, I think it like got a little messed up there. But at the end, the text got a little messed up. But yeah, I think maybe that's why I'm feeling him too, because like Israel and Palestine, which I'm not going to get into, guys. Sorry, I just don't want to do it. It's not my business. Don't get mad. Don't cancel me. I just can't. I can't process it right now. I'm processing way too many other things, and my parents are smart and they say stuff like that all the time, but like I'm like using all these examples from my parents, but they say, the world used to be small. You didn't have to keep up with everyone's problems all the time every day, and that it was kind of better when the world was small. Source calls to all of us in a song kind of way. Hi, Sam. And we hear it in our own kind of way. Exactly. I heated him and I said, don't do that. You have consequences and you'll go to hell. How do we know we're not living in hell right now? Dun, dun, dun! Just kidding. Dude, what's with the guys in the chat today? We need more like Sam. Like I said, I hit a fetish corner of the internet, and yeah, if they can't be respectful, then they don't get to chat, Hey, Madison. I think I'm going to start incorporating more of my Mormon background into my spirituality. I find the 3 worlds thing they talk about very intriguing now. That's interesting. I don't even know what that is, but I think in a lot of religion there is truth. It's just been skewed because, as I always say, religion was the first form of government, and so it's been misconstrued to create control and power and authority dynamics that aren't necessarily serving the person who's been either forced or has openly joined the religion. And that's why I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, because I don't like the constraints and I don't like the bossiness or the rules or having to be perceivably considered under someone else. But I think there's a lot of truth in there. We don't know if we're in hell. We don't. I was talking to Jesus last night about being one of the ascended masters to protect me, hold a lantern up as a perspective as I explore my shadow even further, working with the dark goddess. That is beautiful, and I love that, and it reminds me of the hermit card with the lantern. Shout out to Lizzie for keeping the chat peaceful. Yeah, honestly, I'm missing these. Like, I haven't even read these. The comments that we're getting, I keep missing them. So thanks, guys. Keep it to yourself. Whatever these freakazoids are saying. I don't know. 100%. Even Hinduism was established as a way of life, not a religion, but people found out how to shove backwards cultural values into that too. Exactly. That's like every religion, dude. It's like people's own human hangups or shortcomings end up bleeding into the actual rules of the religion. So I have to be spiritual. Yep. All right, let's talk about what we're doing. So, as I was saying, yeah, thanks. Just be respectful in the chat. Yeah, we're literally just asking for respect. Like, and thank you, Lizzie. Lizzie's fucking on it, dude. She's the best. Yeah. Yeah, you can't come into a safe space and then just gunk it up with a bunch of unsafe energy. So just be respectful. You are so pretty. Thank you. Hi from Ireland. Hi. How's the weather over there? Just kidding. I don't know. Hi, Duchess. I've been watching you for years. I just bought my first products from your store and am live today. Jocelyn in Las Vegas, sending so much love. Yay! Thanks for, I remember packaging those. Thanks for buying them from me. And yeah, we'll talk about that. So you got, oh no. Oh no. Another rude message, right? I'm gonna ignore the chat for a few minutes. I wanted to know if you had any tips about starting a tiny altar for your ancestors. I don't want to do anything too crazy. Start with pictures. Get their pictures. They love that. Bitches love that. And by bitches, I mean ancestors. Put some pictures out of them and put them all in the same space. And put people who get along. Don't put people who don't get along, you know? Whoa, that's cool. 3 years ago, I died from getting hit by a car. I seen some light and I seen Jesus or an angel, and they told me not to be scared and continued living, and I still listen to those words today. That's amazing. Beautiful. All right, guys, so let's talk a little bit. I was speaking in the beginning about how there's a lot of chaos energy and how we're having this energy with the eclipses right now. And I'd like to, I'm just going to hide the chat for now so I can think straight. Okay, so yeah, we're having all this chaos energy, and we have the 1111 portal. We're also about to step into the Jesus portals through November and December, where we have more of this Christ consciousness energy flowing through and more of an open pathway to speak to Jesus and work with Jesus, or Yeshua as I see and hear him. So for the 1111 portal, we're going to be doing a meditation and a journaling and a Zoom class. So I'm going to read to you the description right now. So what we're going to do is I've created this journaling. I got it from, I was listening to a girl speaking about working through the subconscious and hypnosis and all that stuff that I've been working through with my therapist. I'm following this girl on Instagram who like talks about that stuff. I forget the specific name for it, but she was talking about different journaling prompts, so I've slightly edited the journal prompts. They're pretty similar to what she had put out there. They're simple, but I've edited them slightly, and we're going to do that together. And we're also going to kind of do a short little meditation to kind of see the future that we want to create. And the reason that we're going to do this on the 1111 portal is because 1111 is about manifestation, and also let's do it before the new year. Like, let's do it when we're in the portals, like when we're in this chaotic energy. Let's not wait until January. Let's do it now. So whatever you want to leave behind in 2023 and whatever you want to cultivate in 2024, let's fucking do it. And we're going to do it on a Zoom call because I felt like I wanted to bring people together to actually talk to each other. You don't have to turn your camera on if you don't want to. Some people are shy, so it's okay if you don't want to turn your camera on, but I would like people to participate. And then if people, I mean, you can participate in the chat too. If you don't want to talk, you can just chat. I know some people prefer that. Other people like to speak. Other people want to have their cameras on, but it'll be a nice little like Zoom conference that we'll have together, and we'll share some of the things we want to create. If that's, you know, if you're comfortable with that, and if not, that's fine. Like I said, you can just join with your camera off and type, but it's going to be $22.22, very cheap. And yeah, I picked 1 p.m. at 11:11 because I thought it would be a good time for people all over the world, because we have a lot of different time zones we're trying to manage with clients on this channel. So 1 p.m. on 11/11, and if you cannot make if you can't make the Zoom class, like if you can't make that time, then you shouldn't sign up for it, because I don't know how to screen record and have the volume on. Like, I haven't been able to figure it out my last couple Zoom calls. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of one of those things that you gotta go to it to do it. And then maybe I'll make maybe I'll have like just the journal prompt. I'll have that available maybe for like 11:11 or something. If you can't come to the Zoom call, leave in the comments after I upload this live if you want me to do that. But yeah, you can find the journaling on my website in the Book Now section. And also, if you're a top tier Patreon, you're going to get to come for free. So don't buy it, because this is my gift to you for paying me $20 a month on my Patreon. Thanks. Or some of you, like Leah, pays me extra because she's just really sweet and kind. And so this is my gift to you. You will get, I will post the link 24 hours before. You'll either get it through email, so make sure you use the proper email at checkout, because you'll get your link through email. And if you're a top tier Patreon, I'll post it on the Patreon 24 hours before the actual Zoom class. So you can sign up for that if you're interested in that, and we'll timeline hop together. And I think that'll be really fun. So I will go ahead and I'll read you the description. Hold on, my phone is frozen. Come on, phone, fucking work, please. No. Sorry, I had to restart it because it's like going a little too slow. Why? Why, God? Why? Why when this has been working the whole time? Why when I want to talk about it on the live, it doesn't fucking work? Why? My internet, I am not pleased with my internet. We'll disconnect and reconnect. Okay, also something else that I have up in my shop right now. I guess I don't really need to read that right this second. Something else I have up in my shop right now, I'm really excited about this, is you guys asked for it, so I made it. I made a green fairy money and magnetism like class, and it's not just the green fairy. Like, I teach you how to work with the green fairy. I give so much information. I give information on how to connect with her and what offerings, but it's not just the green fairy. I'm talking about the green fairy, gnomes, gremlins, and trolls. So I teach you how to work with all 4 of those for money, and how to introduce yourself to them, connect to them, and what offerings they like and how they like to do it. And this class is pre-recorded, so you can watch it as much or as little as you like. I also give video examples of places that you can give offerings, and I give little example videos of me giving offerings and what it is that I look for when I'm giving these offerings. So I'm really excited about that. I think it's great. And that is up on my website as well. It's like a one-time payment, and then you get the video as much as you want. I would highly suggest taking notes and genuinely treating it like a class. And it works for all places of the world. So I channeled for all different climates and all different places. So whether you're, oh, Teresa just signed up for the journaling. So whether you are in the desert or you're somewhere like me and it's like cold sometimes and hot other times, like I give different ways to connect with her and different places that you can find her no matter where you are in the world. So that's really cool if you are interested in that. I also have green fairy money and magnetism jars that are up on my website right now. These are so good. It's essentially just like a big offering and spell in a jar, and yeah, there's some really good ones. Disclaimer, there's peanuts. I totally forgot how some people are like really allergic to peanuts, but peanuts are good for money. There's a free tip for you. Peanuts are great for manifesting money and manifesting your goals and manifesting opportunities to come through with your goals. So I put peanuts in there and then I was like, oh my God, some people are deathly allergic. So that's in the disclaimer, and I'm just telling you now, there's peanuts. So if you can't have peanuts, don't get it. Wait for the next round where I will be smarter and I'll put like something else instead of peanuts, but I forgot. I had a momentary lapse in judgment. Let's see the live chat. Let's see what's going on in here. Show chat. You look so cute. Thank you. I've been having tech problems too. What kind of stream is this? It's a stream where I'm just talking. I'm talking about life. I'm talking about things. And right now I'm talking about what I have in my shop right now. And I'm a witch. If you don't know me, I'm a witch. So I'm talking about my witchy things. That's great to know. Vegas weather and landscape has been a lot to learn. It's very different from other places. Yeah, and I really wanted to keep that in mind because I had people ask me, well, what do I do? Because I was giving all these examples of what I do where I'm from. And then people were like, well, what do I do if I'm in the desert? And I was like, oh, I have to channel that because I don't know. I don't live in the desert, you know? So it's a great class. It's really great. And I highly suggest it. So we have that going on in the shop right now. And I've been trying to join your Patreon, but I can't find the link. Oh, dang it. I will put the link in this video, or maybe Lizzie can put it. If you don't mind, Lizzie, linking all the stuff in the comment section after this video, if you wouldn't mind putting the Patreon, I'd really appreciate that. I didn't even realize I haven't been putting the link. Like, sorry. Yeah, and if you sign up, like if you sign up for the $20 a month one, you will also get grandfathered into the, I mean, not saying you have to, don't feel like you have to. With the $20 a month one, you get 3 lives. It's been a lot of me crying, but hopefully, no, not hopefully, that will get better. But it is a lot of good stuff in there, so between the tears, just kidding. But for real. Yeah, so if you sign up, you'll get grandfathered into the Zoom class, so that'll be really fun. But don't feel pressure to join that group. If you want to join whatever group you want to join, that's fine. So, yep. And then what else? Oh, let's see if the internet's working again on the phone. Let's see. DutchessDivinity.com. Book online. Perfect. It's working again now. All right. I will read you the description to the class. Pragya signed up. Yay, you guys. I cannot wait to Zoom with you all. I hope you'll put your faces on and you'll talk to me, but it's okay if you don't. I'm used to it. Just kidding with the lives. Hi, I'm 7. Hello, 7. Wait, you're 7 years old? If you're 7 years old, get out of here. No offense. But maybe this is not the live stream for you because I'm swearing up a storm. Isabella, if you really are 7 years old, thank you for joining, but it's just not, I don't think this is a 7-year-old friendly stream. So if you really are 7, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. I hope you have a lot of fun. I hope you go outside if you're allowed to go outside with your parents. And Yep. Have a great life. And I'll talk to you in 11 years. Just kidding. I do want to do more stuff for kids, though. Like, I was really thinking about a way that I could tell the story of, like, the reptilians and the Anunnaki and everything to my little cousins. And then I was like, I should write a children's book. Your kitty is watching. Hello, kitty. Okay, so the description of the elemental money and magnetism class. You guys asked for it, so I created it. This class teaches you everything I know about connecting with the green fairy, gnomes, leprechauns, gremlins, and trolls to attract and keep a steady flow of money in your life. This class is 70 minutes and a pre-recorded private video that you may watch as much or as little as you'd like. Please do not share the link Everyone needs to pay for the class individually. All I will say is karma and my spirits got their eyes everywhere. So just keep that in mind. First hour is a lecture on how to connect with each of these entities and what they like as offerings, as well as their temperament. The last part of the class is example videos and pictures on where and how to give your offerings. Can't wait to work with you and help you succeed. So, yep. That's the elemental and money magnetism class. I will also read about the jar. Let me do that now. Lizzie is like so on it. Thank you, Lizzie, for being so on the chat. Lizzie is working overtime. I know, she really is. Thank you, Lizzie. I have a bunch of stuff in the shop right now too for Green Fairy. It's just like really, it's just charging up on my altar right now, so it's not quite ready. It's pre-order. But I have soap, I have wax melts, I have all this stuff. So the money jar, pre-order, these still need to charge on my altar from the full moon to the new moon, and will not be shipped until until November 14th. And then, like I said about the peanuts, this jar is amazing and I'm obsessed. This is a fully loaded spell jar that you feed anytime you need money. You feed it by placing a tea light or incense on top of it and praying for what you need to the green fairy. I am leaving it unsealed so you can add anything you'd like to it, such as other trinkets, food, or alcohol. Specifically absinthe. She likes absinthe. This jar also comes with an offering for you to leave the fairies in your part of the world. Simply bring the offering to your favorite place in nature and pray to the elementals in that space, leaving the offering behind. Comes with green petition paper as well, so that you can set your intentions. Contains my green fairy potion, charged on my elemental altar for half a moon cycle and charged with the green fairy spell. So I am going to be doing a green fairy spell myself shortly. I don't know if I'm going to make it public, but maybe I will. Okay. Now we will talk about, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, the ancestor offering. I'm really excited about that. So I guess I will, oops, there's no picture for the Zoom journaling. Sorry, I haven't put a picture yet. I will put a picture up. But I just kind of did that a bit hastily. So I'll read you what's on the website. Hi, Vanity. How you doing? We're going to get together on Zoom to journal and meditate to a higher timeline on the 1111 portal. I have a journaling prompt to help you timeline hop, and we will also come together to support each other in real time. Please make sure you can make it to the time listed because I haven't been able to screen record the Zoom classes with sound. I tried to pick a time that would be good for people all over the world. No refunds or exchanges. I look forward to working with you. If you pay for my highest tier on Patreon, your admission is free. My gift to you, happy 1111 portal. Zoom link will be sent to the email you use at checkout 24 hours before the class, so please make sure it's correct. The link will be posted on my top tier Patreon as well. So that's the information about that. And then we also have the ancestor veneration. So we will go ahead and talk about that. Then I will go eat some breakfast, and then I will be back to do a live with all these notes that I channeled. Okay. Every year in November, we venerate our ancestors together and do a group ritual. We are going to use the power and energy of the 1111 portal for our manifestation and veneration. Generation, that's funny, it's the ancestor word game. For our manifestation and veneration. This working can be used to break ancestral curses or old cycles within the self or family unit. So it doesn't have to be like, even if you're not connected to your family, but you have some of the negative attributes that maybe came along with being born into your family, you can use this for yourself. It can also be used to pay homage to family members who have passed on, cultivate generational wealth, ask for more connection to or more favor from your ancestors, venerate a specific ancestor, and so on. We will be working with the energy of Veterans Day, as I have many ancestors on both sides of my family who have sacrificed, fought, and died for my family's freedom, as well as your freedom if you live in America with me. I mean, we're not going to get into that because it's all been pretty distorted, but either way, they made the ultimate sacrifice and they died to protect me and my freedom and my family, and I'm grateful for that. So I want to use the energy of Veterans Day. For this working, I have a large spine candle that has been on my altar since the last 1111 spell. If you remember the one from last year, we used these big spine candles. We had 2 of them. I have one that I kept for myself. This has been on my altar all year long. The reason we're going to be using this is because the ancestors can be found in the bones, and we just got another solar flare. I just got informed of it from my app. The ancestors can be found in the bones. When I was working with a shaman, he would knock on my bones to awaken my ancestors and bring them into the room. So we're using this in the spine. Now, the spine is also connected to the Kundalini energy, the chakras, and the rising of awakening, right? The spiritual, physical, emotional awakening in humans. The spine is connected to that. So we've got this big spine candle that we will be burning that has been charging up for literally an entire year. And then we also have a handmade candle that I bought from a longtime client, Kayla Vonderheide. She's super cool. She was on The Voice. Check her out if you haven't seen her. She's amazing. She makes music and candles. She's like a starseed and just an amazing, interesting person. She's a photographer. She's super talented, and she's been following me for a while, and I love her. I think she's great. And Kayla Vonderheide, look her up. And yeah, so I bought a candle from her. It looks like a cake and is fully loaded with crystals and herbs and has a picture of her great-grandfather on it. So this is the candle that we also have for the working. It's got her great-grandfather on it. It smells amazing. Like, I just want to smells like I could eat it. It looks like a cake. It's got crystals and herbs. It's fully loaded. So we will be using these candles as an offering to our ancestors. We will be using this candle as well as an offering to our ancestors. And then you will also get a tea light. As a testimonial for the ancestor spell, I cleared ancestral curses that finally allowed me to get pregnant. Totally worth it and very fucking powerful. Thank you, Teresa. That's one of my proudest aiding in your manifestation. Like that, and when Yana's house fucking flooded and her room did not get touched. Like, I'm still reeling about that one. Like, her entire house flooded, but not a single drop of water touched her bedroom because she's been doing spell work with me, and they couldn't explain it. Like, they were like, I don't know why. So those are some of my favorite testimonials. You will also get a tea light and a petition that I will burn at my Italian ancestor's grave. You will get a private link to a video with a portion of the spell, so please use the correct email at checkout. No refunds or exchanges. Thank you. I look forward to working with you. So that's what we have going on. We have the Zoom class and journaling. We have the ancestor veneration. And then we have the Green Fairy Money and Magnetism class, along with some money products and stuff that are up in my shop charging right now. So yeah, that's what we got going on. Can I use this to work through generational money and spiritual trauma? Absolutely. We're going to be calling upon our ancestors to help us with that, with whatever we need. We're going to be giving them offerings and asking for help. So, yes, you can. West Virginia is Eastern Standard Time, so you're in the same time zone as Nikki, so log in at the same time scheduled. Have fun. Thank you. Thank you, Lizzie. You're so smart. You're so smart and helpful and kind. Not sure if you saw my last chat, but are you still planning on doing the abandoned building spirit communication video? I've been looking forward to them since you mentioned it. Such a rad idea. Yes, I am, but it's getting a little cold where I am, so I'm kind of afraid I'm gonna go to a building and there'll be homeless people, and then I don't know what I'm in for. Cause I used to explore abandoned buildings all the time. Like, I would break into them like a crazy person, like before it was cool, before it was a trend, before like the internet is what it is today. And that was, you always have to be on your guard for like homeless people, because not that homeless people are bad, but some of them might not have the best intentions, you know, or they might be desperate, or they might be on drugs, or, you know, they might be scared. You might scare them, and it's like their house, you know, so I just got to be careful. But I do really want to do that with my friend Emily, the one who I did the Spirit Halloween vlog with. We want to go to this building, so maybe we can do that soon. I really want to do that soon too. I didn't forget. Ooh, that's so cool. So very necessary. This past week, my family and I had to confront our egos and support each other. Seems like an overall theme for life right now. Yeah, definitely. But I'm going to go, guys. I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to come back on with another live where we're going to talk about like timeline hopping and stuff. And we're going to talk about how you can recognize a timeline hop and then what you should do with that energy. So I'll see you guys soon. I got to go eat something though before I get super hangry. But I love you guys, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Very true. We owned an abandoned gas station when I was young. I wasn't supposed to go in, but I did. It was very clear it was used for squatting. Didn't go in again by myself. Exactly. It can be dangerous. It can be dangerous with people. Nobody's ugly except the owner of this channel. Okay, tell me you're ugly without telling me you're ugly. Guess what? You're hidden forever from this channel. Yep. So now you don't get to talk, because you know what's ugly? Your personality and your attitude. Get out of here. I guess there really was a lot of trolls in the comments today, but whatever. They're just miserable fucking losers who have nothing to do with their life. But also, maybe they're just bots. Maybe they aren't even real. Maybe it's literally not even a real person. Dude, what the hell today? I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, the spiritual attack is off the wall because, and we're going to talk about this in the next live, the veil is so thin that there's a lot of negative spirits out. And if you're an NPC that literally can't think for yourself, or don't think for yourself, or you have addiction issues, or you don't have a fucking brain cell to show for yourself, like, there's going to be negative entities just hopping in those kind of NPCs' bodies and just trying to trigger you, like trying to trigger people who are actually doing good and who are actually trying to make a change. Like, these negative entities that don't want to see the world change are just going to hop inside of these idiots and say and do whatever the fuck they want with their flesh suit and then hop back out. So Nikki is a siren goddess. You better recognize. Thank you. Yeah, I ain't got no complaints yet about me being ugly. All my comments are how pretty I am, how smart I am, how much people like me. So, go ahead, call me a narcissist, call me whatever you want, but I bet you're not doing anything with your life, and that's ugly. So I'm gonna go eat my breakfast now, and then I'll be back, because you can't keep a pretty girl down. Just kidding, but anyway. All right, guys. You're beautiful. Your hair looks gorgeous, and thank you for everything you do. Thank you. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye. Keep an eye out for that live, because Lord knows YouTube probably will not notify you of it. Okay. Love you. Bye-bye. Thanks again, Lizzie. I love you. You're so awesome, and you're so